Okay, after all that fun, we've moved on to our next map yet again, and there's only 2 episodes for Levi here, both with Jed, and also, of course, an interview question. So let's do the interview question first. Oh, yes. Do tell, Levi, do tell. The people want to know.
Whoa, that's really direct. I've never really thought of things like that. But maybe someone that's fun to be with? We would eat together, laugh about stuff, take relaxed walks. Someone that's compatible. Someone that I can confide in. I like people that make me feel warm inside.
I forgot how wholesome his response was to that. Aw, Levi. Alright, let's do the Father and Rings episode then, since we're already here. Maybe I should change the way I do things. Since I wasn't getting any information on the Kaleidovia at all, I came to the manor while thinking about different approaches. Should I talk to Francisca one more time? Or maybe I should think about something completely different.
What are you doing here? Mother is out for today.
Oh, Levon. I'm not here to see Francisca in particular.
Then who are you looking for? Levi and I have to go on patrol soon, so if you need to talk, make it quick.
Right. I ran into Levon before organizing my thoughts together. I thought about what I should say. It's not a big rush, so it's fine. I'll come again later. I was about to turn around to leave, but he grabbed my arm.
There's still time. Levi is inside, so come in and take a break.
He must also be telling me to talk about what was on my mind. Yeah. Thanks, Levon. I entered the living room and saw Levi yawning with his legs up on the sofa.
You look like you have some free time, Levi. Are you already done with the preparations?
There's not much to prepare. Hey, Jed, you're here?
Levi's attitude completely changed as he greeted me, this boy.
It's rare for you to come by at this hour. Mother's out right now. If it's us you want to talk to, sorry, but we have to go patrol soon.
I remembered the exchange with Levon earlier and laughed.
What's wrong? Did I say something weird?
No, it's just that you said the exact same thing Levon did. You two really are brothers.
That's it? Well, of course we're brothers.
But I didn't think you'd say something identical like that.
For some reason, Levon was sighing at me. I didn't think I said anything bad. I just thought these two were really close. Sorry I laughed. I thought it was nice.
We're not kids. You don't have to tell us that we're brothers, you know. Anyway, sit yourself down.
Levi lowered his legs off the sofa, then patted the seat next to him. I sat down as Levon warned Levi.
You need to get ready. Do it now so you won't have to rush later. I'm going to my room to put down some documents.
Huh? But he's here and all. How about we get Jed to come patrol with us?
Huh?
This isn't a game. We all have a job to do.
I know. But his work could go more smoothly if people knew him better by being with us.
That's quite self-serving. Oh, but... I see. I realized something. It could be good to change how I did things from time to time so I could gain new information. That could be nice. Would that be any trouble for you, Levon?
No. I don't mind if you don't. But there's no need for you to do this only because Levi suggested it.
It's nothing like that. I'd like to join you on patrol just for today.
What? Really? Nice! Now I'm feeling more motivated about it.
Levi, his attitude completely changed, ran out of the living room. He's the same as always, I see.
He's usually more put together. He seems to let his guard down when he's at home.
Though reprimanding, Levon's expression was brotherly when he spoke about Levi. You've been going out with him a lot recently.
There was something I had to check.
His remark made me wonder what he meant, but he stayed silent after that, so I changed the subject. Do you have a set schedule, like patrolling certain places on certain days?
Mostly. But we do change things up depending on the situation.
Oh? Like going home early if it's too cold?
Of course not. If we hear rumors of problems in certain areas, we'd focus more on patrolling there.
You're such a diligent worker.
It's our job. Anyway, I need to go and put these documents down.
I was now left alone in the living room. I should take it easy until it's time. Sitting in this room reminded me of when I used to live here. The life I had now was fun, but there was a different kind of fun at the manor. Meals were always lively. When I was with Levon and Levi, everything always ended up being a little game. When I returned, Francisca and the maids would welcome me back. I loved the warm atmosphere of this home. Compared to that, the tower was a little cold. But I never feel lonely because Ashen is always there. I looked around the living room. Everything appears to be the same, but some minute details were off. It's only natural, since it's been a few years already. I continued looking around the room and saw something shining in the corner of my eye. I stood up to see where the light was coming from. There was a tiny glint coming from a desk. This beautiful thing, someone really likes to draw it. Is that a ring? It's the one Levi is always wearing. The large ring was set in a way that made it appear like butterflies were swarming the beautiful gem in the center. It gave off a different color each time I looked at it from a different angle. It was like light was attracting the butterflies. This ring is so pretty. I felt myself being drawn into the light and colors of the ring. I peered into it and felt like I was being sucked right in.
That's odd.
I suddenly heard a voice behind me and frantically turned around. I wonder if we'll get any more information on that during this route. I didn't touch the ring and had no intention of doing anything bad to it, yet for some reason I felt so nervous. Levi! Are you done getting ready?
I am, but I'm looking for something. Ah!
Levi's line of sight went over to the desk next to me. He walked over quickly and picked up the ring.
There it is! I thought I lost it.
You're always wearing that. Is it really important to you?
Oh, I never told you about this? This is proof that I'm the son of the wolf.
That's news to me. Or perhaps I heard it when I was younger and just forgot about it.
Hey, how could you put it down and forget about it? You need to manage your things better.
Levon was apparently listening. He came back to reprimand Levi. Proof of the son of the wolf? Then does that mean Levon has one too? Possibly noticing me staring, Levon searched under his shirt and took out a ring with a chain through it.
This is the one I have. The design is different from Levi's, but the stone in the middle is probably the same.
Yep. The jewel gave off a vivid gleam and appeared to be wrapped by feathers. What kind of feathers were those? I didn't know the details of his ring either. Maybe it's hawk feathers. But I can't tell that to them. They both look pretty. The decoration's really detailed and it looks expensive.
I don't know about that. We inherited them from our late father.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't be talking about worth.
I don't mind. He probably spent an unnecessary amount to make these.
It was a rather pointed statement that I didn't expect to hear from Levon. Levon, Levi, and Francisca always appeared like one happy family, but they rarely spoke about the missing father. I never thought it was strange when I was young, but the atmosphere I'm feeling now is... I felt like I asked about something I shouldn't have. Levon and Levi quietly put away their rings. While I was still searching to find a topic to talk about, Levi helped.
I wasn't purposely avoiding the subject. We just don't have much to say about it. I actually like this ring. It gives me the feeling that I have more power when I wear it. Pretty awesome, right?
Levi spoke about it in a cheerful tone, but Levon's expression was still gloomy.
I received it from a father whose face I can't even remember. I have no particular attachment to it.
Really? His face is right on a decorative plate, you know.
Decorative plate?
Yeah, his face is painted on one. It was from when we were kids, so I don't know where it's stored. I'm sure you can find it if you look.
Oh, really? I lived in this manor for a long time, but I didn't know something like that existed. Maybe they purposely kept me from seeing it. It's interesting that Levi had the plate when he moved in with Levon and Jed in that one ending. I wonder if we'll get the plate again during his route. I'm sorry.
It's nothing you need to apologize about. I should be sorry for making you worry about it.
You're all so touchy about this. It's a waste to get all gloomy about a guy that isn't around anymore. Mother, us, and Jed. The four of us are family now.
Right. Anyway, it's time for the patrol. Let's go.
Levon cut the conversation short and left the room. I went to follow him, but Levi whispered into my ear.
Oh, by the way, don't talk to Mother about the decorative plate with pops on it.
Huh?
She becomes a completely different person and says these things.
Levi made an ominous remark before going after Levon. I always believed that a familial bond existed unconditionally through blood, but seeing their attitudes today, it seemed there was something unresolved among them. I'm included in their family now. Yeah, I guess so. There was no point in worrying about it. I could be family even without being related by blood. Those words gently warmed my heart. Ixnay on the popsay. Alright, and then the last episode for Levi here is this one, I think. Nope, not here. West Alley. There we go, by the stove. As I walked through the alleyway, I heard someone crying. It was the voice of a girl. I walked while looking for the source of the voice and found a girl sitting on the street corner. But there was another unexpected person there.
Come on, don't cry. Crying isn't going to bring back what you lost.
I know, but...
Oh, fine. I'll look for it with you, so stop crying.
Really? But can we really find it?
You can't be unsure here. There is no salvation for those who give up.
That's from Securus's Adventures, right?
Hey, you know it. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, Mom read it to me and it was fun.
Then we have to follow Securus's example and work hard. I don't know if we'll find it, but we have to keep trying.
Yeah.
The girl stopped crying and started looking around. I didn't know what they were looking for, but it seemed like something she lost. I approached Levi, who was crouched on the ground. What are you looking for?
Whoa! Oh, it's you. Well, I'm not the one looking.
It's for the girl, right? I saw.
If you saw, then it'll be easy to explain. She's looking for her other glove that's red and about this big.
Got it. I'll look around. We decided to split up to look. Since she dropped it on top of the snow, the red color should stand out. I looked around, but it's not over here. I went back to where Levi was, but they didn't find it either.
Maybe it's under the snow. It was snowing pretty hard earlier.
It had stopped since then, but it had to have snowed at least a few inches. Even if the glove was red, it would be difficult to find it if it was buried. But there is no salvation for those who give up.
You were listening to that too? Well, that's why I have to keep looking. Let's go over here to search.
I nodded and resumed looking. The girl didn't notice us talking and continued to diligently comb through the snow. And soon,
I found it!
the girl's happy cheer echoed. I turned to the direction of the voice and saw her look up while standing.
You found it?
Levi soon joined, but the girl remained in the same position.
I found it, but...
I followed her line of sight and saw the red glove. Perhaps the wind blew it away. Or perhaps someone did this. The glove was caught on a high windowsill. Of course, we couldn't find it at that height. Still, the girl had no way of reaching it.
Oh, I see. It's okay. I'll get it for you right now.
Levi took big strides toward the building, but the girl suddenly raised her voice from behind him.
Oh, wait!
He turned around, but it was already too late.
Ah!
Suddenly, Levi's height shrank down to half. Levi? I didn't understand what just happened. I quickly ran up to him to help. There was a water channel here? It was narrow and shallow, but there was a water channel on the side of the road. And the glove was stuck on the window of the building beyond the channel.
Damn it! I didn't notice because it was buried in the snow.
I'm sorry. I was going to tell you, but...
No, it's my fault for running without asking. Damn, this is cold. And my clothes feel so heavy.
Even though the channel was shallow, it had to be really cold because of this weather. You okay? Here, give me your hand. I took a step closer to the channel to reach out and help Levi up, but that decision was not a good one.
Hey, wait!
Ah! I slipped on some ice and fell into the channel too. Both of us were now drenched.
Ah! You're gonna catch a cold!
It's okay. I train all the time, and it'll take more than this for me to catch a...
Levi, if you sneeze there, it doesn't make you look very Both of us looked so dumb, but we managed to retrieve the glove. Somehow.
Ah, I can't feel my legs.
But I'm glad that girl looked so happy.
I know, but the price was pretty high.
Levi and I wrung out as much water as we could, but there were still wet footprints trailing behind us as we walked. Is it really okay to come inside if we're all wet?
It's an emergency. It's water, so it'll dry eventually.
Oh, right. Is this when he's like, hey, you should, like, take off your wet clothes, and it's fine. She's like, I can't do that, sir. Levi and I huddled around the fireplace to warm up. A maid was sent to boil some water so we could warm ourselves. But since this was so sudden, it was likely to take some time.
Huh. It feels warm, but I'm still cold.
Isn't it because you're still wearing wet clothes? Why don't you change out of them?
I'll do that. What about you? I can lend you my clothes.
I'm fine. I won't fit in your clothes.
But you'll be cold like that. See? You're shivering.
Just like he said, my teeth were chattering, but borrowing Levi's clothes was too risky. If I changed here, Levi would definitely walk in without caring. He'd probably suggest getting changed together. I'm fine the way I am.
Didn't you just suggest getting changed? If you stay in your wet clothes, you'll get cold. At least take them off and sit by the fire.
I'll do it when I feel like it.
You're not moving at all. Take that off.
Don't worry about it.
What? Why? You'll catch a cold.
I could tell that Levi was getting irritated. This wasn't moving in a good direction. I doubt he'll force the clothes off me, but...
We're not kids anymore. Take those clothes off and dry up at the fire or borrow my clothes.
You want to see me naked, Levi?
Huh?
Levi's expression froze, and then he quickly turned red. I mean, partially, but that wasn't... I had no ulterior motives, I swear. You seem rather fixated on it, so I wondered.
Of course I don't! What are you talking about?
Uh-huh. Then, can you leave me alone? My clothes didn't get wet all the way through, so I'm fine the way I am. I knew I was falsely accusing him, but sorry, Levi. I had to avoid being found out as a woman no matter what.
Gah! Fine. But let's make the fire bigger.
Levi sat down next to me and threw more firewood into the fireplace. Huh? What about your change of clothes?
If you're not taking yours off, neither am I.
He didn't have to do it with me, but he seemed to have made his mind up about it. Levi sat in front of the fire and sighed.
Huh. Well, I'm sure it'll dry eventually. Hey, come over here.
Sure. We put our shoulders together and watched the fire in the fireplace. I held my hand over it, and soon my shivering had decreased. This reminds me of back then. After playing outside on a cold day, we'd come back in and fight over the space in front of the fireplace.
We'd push each other and fight over taking our clothes off or not. After the fight, it all ended up being the same thing.
You're right. The fire crackled and shot up some sparks. We remained quiet for a while as we both stared into the fireplace. Levi was usually cheerful and talkative, but he was quiet right now. That made it feel awkward for some reason, so I looked around for something to talk about. I noticed some books stacked on top of the table. There are lots of books there. Does Francisca read those? Or are they for Levon?
No, they're mine. They're the kind that Mother or Levon both wouldn't read.
Oh, really? That was unexpected, but I guess I had seen him read a few times before. I wondered what type of books he read, so I took one in my hand. There we go. There's the cuties reading by the fire. Looking good.
Oh, it's the book I was just talking about. Securus's Adventures.
So that's what you were referring to earlier.
It's a children's book, but it's really good. It gets me excited no matter how many times I read it.
Really? I turned the cover with a picture of a monster to look inside. Levi peered at it from next to me and explained each and every part.
The hero's a cool guy. He gets eaten by a monster in the beginning of the story and goes through a ton of twists and turns. He believes in friendship, gets betrayed, then says, "There is no salvation for those who give up." He gets stronger as the story goes on.
Oh, that's where the line is from.
Yeah, I copied it.
That's just like you, Levi.
Hey, I don't mind. I love adventure stories like this, and I've read this one ever since I was a kid. Maybe I'm influenced by it, at least a little. If I was the hero, I'd probably give up somewhere in the middle.
Really?
I imagined myself in his shoes, but it was all the same. Man, that brings back memories.
Levi closed his eyes and reminisced. I didn't know you liked it that much.
I read it by myself all the time, even back when I couldn't read.
Since he couldn't read? He read it back when he couldn't read. Who read to him? Because, like, this line about he should have just had Francisca read to him. So, how did he read it? Something about that felt odd to me. He should have just had Francisca read to him then.
Securus's Adventures is great, but I'll look for something you might like. Reading once in a while can be really fun.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. The odd feeling gradually dissipated as we continued talking. Either way, I'm glad to have discovered a side to Levi that I didn't know before. The bookworm side.
I'm sorry to make you wait. The boiled water is ready now. Allow me to give you a foot bath.
A maid came running in.
Oh, you're finally here. Hey, you go first.
No, it's alright. You first, Levi.
It's all right. Your turn will come as long as you never give up.
He puffed out his chest and said something similar to the line in the book. Something about that made me laugh, so I accepted his offer and went to go warm up. Alright, so we're done with that part of the map, so I'll bring you guys in when something else happens. Actually, no time is going to pass because I forgot that this is the drinking contest between Levi and Jed and Lugus and T, and this is a fun scene and is kind of a big moment for Levi, and I think there's like some Levi and T jostling for Jed's affection starting about now, too, so I think we'll include this scene for Levi's route. It just feels right to me. The investigation made no progress as time continued to pass. Lawrence wasn't rushing me, but I was getting more and more impatient. There was one more thing that was bothering me. During this time, the wolves and hawks would all join together as townspeople to enjoy the festival. That was what I heard, at least. I've heard about it, but still.
I'm sick of those hawks! They're completely out of line!
They think they own this town! The ones getting forced collections are all part of the wolf faction.
Yeah, I understand. I know that you're all angry. Then please do something!
Yes. Levi, you're our only hope.
You may say that, but Levon has his own plans about this, so you shouldn't go out and do this on your own.
I remained silent at the edge of a table while heaving a sigh. I thought back on what had happened until that moment. While on a job, I ran into Levi in town and he asked me to join him for a meal. I made sure that it wouldn't be Francisca's cooking, and then he took me to the tavern where I'd been working recently, and where we had a meal not too long ago. The people of the vigilante group at the tavern saw Levi and then came up to him one after another. At first, the talks were in high spirits, but someone started complaining about things, and the group gradually grew larger. And that was where we were now. I understand that they don't like each other, but I wish they could save it until the festival ends. I didn't think it was too much to ask for. At the very least, it was the wish of the Lady of the Wolf Clan. I never talked about it directly with Levon, but I was sure he didn't want there to be conflict either. But it was a fact that there were lots of people who were unhappy, and the cause of that lay with the Clan of the Hawk. What does Lucas think about this? When I met Lucas while I was dressed in women's clothing, he was reasonable. But that was Lucas in his private life. What would Lucas think as the heir to the Hawks?
You all should just stop it right there. It's nothing to shout about. What if someone dangerous hears it?
And who might you be referring to?
Everyone turned to the source of the voice. Uh-oh. Lucas! At the entrance of the tavern, Lucas was standing with about a dozen men.
Why would you come here now?
I just happened to stop by. I was passing the tavern and heard your loud voices.
Oh, really? So you came to complain or what?
The people who were complaining loudly earlier now looked down in silence. The only one looking up and glaring at Lucas was Levi.
It's nothing. If you want to cry, then cry all you want.
You stray dogs sure yelp a lot, just like the losers you are.
Oh, the little chick's with you too. What do you want anyway?
Why would I come here for any reason aside from getting a meal?
Looks around frantically. Everyone was on a short fuse. What should I do? I couldn't just sit idly by.
Oh, this looks like fun.
Whoa! I heard a whisper in my ear. Right, she was here too. This was the tavern worker who asked me to break up with Lucas for her. Are you okay? Lucas is here.
Don't worry about it.
Do you have enough seats for all of us?
Lucas went and spoke to the worker. Did he not notice?
See? I told you that he doesn't even remember my face.
Hey, brother is talking to you. Answer him.
Oh, sorry. With your party size, do you mind sharing tables?
His face of incredulousness.
Sharing tables with wolves?
You've got to be joking! Can't you do something about that?
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
Brother, let's go to another place. They all smell like wet dogs, so being here will make me lose my appetite.
But there aren't any other places that can fit our group.
Oh, I know. if we kick out those dogs, then it wouldn't smell anymore. Come, you dogs, leave this instant.
We were here first. What the hell are you going off about?
Why do we have to listen to the Hawks anyway? These people couldn't talk back to Lugus, but they seemed to have no issues yelling at the girl. But the situation wasn't good. I needed to do something before it escalated. I think we can just move over to make room. We have enough chairs. Why do we have to yield to them? I said I hated your wet dog smell. Now get out!
Stop it right there. I don't want to yell at some kid. It's immature.
Oh, did you just treat me like a child?
Stop it, T. We're not here to instigate any fights.
Then can you withdraw from here?
There is this thing about hierarchy between our clans. If we leave because a wolf told us to, it will hurt the Hawk clan's reputation.
Who decided that? That's stupid.
It may be stupid, but the fact remains that many people think that way. Lugus, upon your command, we can eliminate them. What did you say? Go ahead and try.
We're not so weak that you can just brush us aside.
Don't move. Lay a finger on Master Lugus and you'll pay for it.
You started this. No matter what happens, don't blame me.
Oh, brother. So many short-sighted people here.
Come, everyone! Kick out those dirty dogs!
Oh, please don't. If you're going to fight, take it outside.
What was with all of this? Levi, Lugus, and T2, all the people around them. Why were the people who represent the wolves and the hawks all like this? I felt like a fire was flickering behind my eyelids, a fantastic flame that would burn everything around me. The old traditions of this town, the feud between the two families, and the witch's eye that would act as the trigger. If I became the kindling in this fight, then I would gladly leave town. That was my intention to begin with. Even if I were gone, if the wolves and hawks continue this stupid feud, eventually... Stop it! My emotions were swirling about and exploded in a yell.
Jed?
He must have been particularly surprised because a deflated exclamation was all that escaped him. It wasn't just Levi. Everyone there seemed to have been caught off guard.
You got a problem with this.
Of course I do! Once someone raised their voice, it all went downhill from there. That was fine. I would just continue shouting at the top of my lungs. Aren't you all supposed to be governing this town? Why are you causing trouble?
Hey, don't get so mad. Calm down.
I am calm. You're the ones that aren't calm. What's your problem? You're just a pet dog. How rude. How dare you talk to Brother and me that way?
I understand what you wish to say, but how do you intend on calming the situation?
What do you mean?
Can you end things peacefully while saving face for all of us here?
Lugus asked me, almost as if to test me. I wasn't thinking about ending things peacefully at all. I only shouted at them in the heat of the moment. Lugus looked at me in silence, and I was unable to answer. Something about that mortified me. How do I show up Lugus?
How about a drinking contest?
Thanks, Hugh. Was he there the whole time? It was the old man who used to be a peddler. He seemed to be at the tavern often. He got off his chair at the counter and walked over.
Or was it an unnecessary suggestion?
Not at all. His sudden appearance surprised me, but even more so was that there was something about him that my eyes were drawn to. I didn't notice it before, but he had a large birthmark on the back of his right hand. It looked like it was in the shape of a flower. Maybe it's a clematis flower? My mind wandered off briefly. Just file that away for later.
What say you?
You've got to be joking! A drinking contest is vulgar! How dare you try to make Brother do that?
I I thought that a stupid contest would be best to stop a stupid fight.
If you don't want your precious brother to do it, you can.
I don't want to! Why should I?
I don't mind. It sounds fun. If you want to turn tail and run, I won't stop you.
We have no tails! We're not like you dogs!
Jed, you're doing this too, right?
But alcohol, I had never had it before. It was completely unknown territory to me.
I see. Well, in that case, this place serves a nice cup of specialty juice. How about placing your wager on that?
Bet off of juice? I didn't know they served juice here.
Oh, you mean that? Let me get it ready.
Huh? Why do you look so happy?
You seem to know your way around things. Not at all.
So what do you want to do?
What? Now you're scared?
Seems like the heir of the Hawk Clan is a coward that's afraid of a little drinking contest.
Master Lucas, there's no need to play their little game. No, now is the time to show your strength.
The crowd was getting visibly and verbally excited, shouting nonsense. What did Lucas intend to do? Would not accepting the challenge be shameful?
So you're doing it too?
Huh? Sure. If it wasn't alcohol, I had no reason to refuse. And truth be told, I kind of started this.
Very well. I'll do as you say just this once.
Master Lucas?
That's the spirit. It'll be fun crushing you.
Frankly, Lucas's response was unexpected. I thought he would make a disgusted face and just leave. Brother? Are you serious?
It should be fine once in a while. It is necessary for us to experience the ways of commoners.
But in that case, I shall join too.
You?
It's not fair. They're pitting two against you.
A little chick getting thrown into the fight won't help much.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm no chick? I like that Levi looks absolutely sozzled already. Just like, hey, listen here. Lucas and T sat down at the table with Levi and me. I never thought the four of us would be here together, sitting at the same table.
Now then, if I win, you'll be leaving here quietly.
I'll throw in the same conditions.
Brother would never lose to the likes of you. Unfortunately, I'm not on your side, Levi.
Huh? Hey, Jed!
I'm mad at you too. I glared at him while recalling the anger earlier. He looked slightly regretful. One of Levi's good points was that he could admit to his own faults. But his biggest fault was causing trouble that could have otherwise been avoided.
Oh my, internal discord already? You all look so unsightly.
Shut up! I'm going to win, so none of that matters.
Let's get this started already. I don't have time for you.
Yeah, here it comes.
The worker brought over 4 large steins. Welp. They were much bigger than I thought. The glass mugs, each with a dark green liquid inside, were lined up on the table. They were filled to the brim, nearly overflowing. Not only did they look intimidating, but they smelled pungent too. Every onlooker was pinching their noses.
That smells! Are we really drinking this?
Uh-huh. Looks healthy.
T expressed her honest concern, while Levi put on a front. Lucas remained silent, but I saw a sheen of sweat appear on his forehead. I'm pretty sure this tastes as bad as it looks.
Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go!
The old man made the call, and everyone immediately put the mugs to their lips.
Blah!
And they immediately moved it away. Except me. forced myself to chug it all down. It was just as bad as I imagined. No, it was much worse than that. It was bitter, spicy, and muddy. Plus, it reeked. But it's not as bad as Francisca's worst cooking. Another! I slammed down the empty stein on the table. Everyone in the tavern, including the other 3 contestants, looked at me with widened eyes.
You finished it already? Really? This thing?
How the hell can you chug this?
You sure you want to keep sipping at it? Or do I not even need to get seconds?
Ugh!
Damn it! Just you watch!
The 3 of them frantically tried to drink it again, but it was still slow going. Being able to drink this was nothing to be proud of, but I felt like I won this race. Thank you, Francisca. Levi got what he deserved because he never finished your cooking. I internally thanked the person to whom I owed my victory.
How can you even call this edible?
I could clearly see T's half-crying face from across the table. Being way ahead of the competition, I felt calmer than usual. Back then, did I make the same face when I ate Francisca's cooking? Francisca was always there, smiling at me. It was different from this strange juice nobody knew who made. Feeling sorry for her, I reached my hand out. Give it to me. I took T's mug.
Hey, what are you doing?
There's no reason for you to force yourself to drink that. Eating and drinking should be something you enjoy. I chugged down the contents of the mug that wasn't even a tenth emptied.
Ah! I put my mouth on that!
T protested, but I ignored her and drank it down. I handed back the empty mug into her tiny hands. Okay, T, you're second.
Huh?
T blinked a few times in confusion. Seeing her make that face showed that she could still act her age. And now she's in love.
You serious? You drank 2 of them so easily!
I'll take another.
Seemed like Lucas finished his too. The usually calm Lucas slammed his stein onto the table loudly. You want to keep this up?
Of course. Bring more.
Okay, here are the seconds.
2 more were brought over. I grabbed one immediately, but I saw that Lucas was hesitant.
Ugh.
I didn't know Lucas could get so competitive. He could be kind of cute in how he refused to lose. Oh no, we're losing track of our boy. Uh-oh. Speaking of which, he said that it would go against his convictions to run away. But we were in the middle of a serious match. I couldn't admit defeat, no matter how cute he is. My drinking speed was much quicker this time. Phew! Another!
What? Already?
Hey, nice one, Jed! Get a bigger lead!
Oh no! But brother, hang in there!
The 2 who had thrown the match were focused on cheerleading. Lucas was forcing himself to drink more, but his usual expressionless face was filled with pain and suffering.
Jed.
Huh? He pulled the still full mug from his lips. It felt refreshing to hear him call me by name.
If you win, what do you plan on ordering us to do?
I'm not going to order anything of you. I just want to ask you to do something.
I see.
Lucas stopped for a moment. He still held his mug in hand while being lost in thought. After a moment, Lucas slowly let it go.
I yield this match.
A momentary silence. The crowd went wild with cheers.
All right! Well done, Jed! I knew you could do it!
Ow! Stop hitting me. But thanks.
Why are you so happy? It was Jed who won.
Huh? I can't hear you.
Never mind.
I won. It was a stupid competition, but I won. I felt more tired than happy about this. Did Lucas just yield to me? If we continued, I probably would have still won, but I prefer to not continue drinking that thing. And if Lucas did that out of consideration, then I would have to express my gratitude.
Now, let me ask you, what do you desire from us?
Oh, right. Levi, can you listen? T2.
Yeah.
Yes.
For a while, at least until the end of the masquerade, I'd like for the wolves and the hawks to get along. Can you? I looked to each person at the table. All three of them looked troubled.
You're asking for the impossible. How can we get along with the Hawks?
I'm not telling you to be good friends forever. Besides, isn't the masquerade supposed to be that kind of festival in the first place?
That was in the past. Nowadays.
You sure are talking crazy.
I heard the voice of the other heir at the entrance.
Gah! Levon!
Levon! How long have you been there?
I got here about the time your match started. I heard the commotion and rushed over, but I didn't make it in time.
And you were just watching us? That's not fair.
You think you have a right to say anything after you caused all this?
He was mad, but that was a given. We caused a fight representing the wolves without Levon present. But my request would be meaningless without Levon's cooperation. Levon, can you?
Declare it.
It took him a long time, but Levon finally answered. But what did he mean?
You started this fight and won it. So you should be the one to declare it. As the representative of the clan of the Wolf.
But...
If you can't, then take it back.
Ugh.
Haha. That's nice. Go ahead, Jed.
Damn. There were people laughing. But I had to do this. I shall declare... I looked around at the crowd near the table. The wolf faction all turned to me. Might as well do this. I took a deep breath and spoke loudly so that everyone could hear. As a representative of the Wolf Clan, I request a favor of everyone here. Until the end of the festival, I want everyone to not instigate any sort of quarrel and also cooperate to make the festival a success. I said it all right, I think. The whole tavern was quiet. Soon, I heard applause from the Wolf Clan, though they didn't seem entirely convinced.
You did fine. Now, what does the heir to the Hawk Clan have to say? I will not renege on the conditions of a competition. As heir to the Hawks, we shall follow the word of the winner and lend our efforts to make the festival a success.
Levon! Lugus!
Fine.
How can we get along with the Wolf Clan?
Levi, T, you will get along, right?
Blah! With this little chick?
With this stray dog?
If you're going to get along, you can't call each other that. The two of them gradually turned to each other. Levi soon gave in and opened his mouth.
Well, if the representative of the wolf said so, I can't refuse. Aren't you in the same position?
Huh? Well, yes. If brother says so.
Levi held out his hand to T.
Well, let's get along, T.
Same. I'll be patient with you just a little while, Levi.
Still hesitant, T daintily touched his fingers. It seemed like they couldn't shake hands yet. But to think that there would be a day when these two would call each other by name. I'm sure I'm not the only one surprised. At the very least, everyone here agreed to play nice until the masquerade was over.
You seem rather agreeable to all this. You're free to think what you want. Then I will. Jed, we might as well have a toast.
A toast?
Sounds great! We need some ale, for 5 of us! You guys can order whatever you want.
Sure thing.
Got it.
Whatever. I did want something to cleanse my palate.
Wait, I can't drink alcohol yet.
Me neither.
Just pretend to and hold up your mugs.
But... Should I really be drinking? It's not that I wasn't interested in alcohol, but I didn't really want to drink right now. While those two thoughts battled internally, new mugs were lined up on the table. Unlike the previous drink, this one had a bubbly foam and a golden amber color.
It's only proper to yield to the hawks this time. A toast to the fulfillment of the prior declaration.
Come on, hold up your mugs.
Yeah.
Like this?
Cheers!
I imitated the others, clinking their mugs together. The ale spilled onto my hand. It was cold, but it felt nice. The elder 3 started chugging their drinks. I was quite envious of them, but I was hesitant about whether I should start myself. For now, let me just smell it. I put my face closer to it and took a light sniff. It smelled of wheat. It was a bit different from fresh-baked bread, but it did smell appetizing. Oh, and here we go. Oh, it's kind of nice, actually. My head felt hazy. It was like sleeping while being alert. Was I standing or sitting? Huh? What's going on? In the next moment, I fell off the chair and onto the floor.
What the? Hey, Judd!
No way! You didn't even drink it yet!
Did you get drunk from the smell?
Are you okay?
Doesn't look good.
No way! I thought he was kind and also quite attractive just a little while earlier. But I didn't think he'd have a cute side too. That's cheating!
The voices nearby all seemed to be far away. The voices continued to become more distant. And the moment they disappeared, I lost consciousness.